Hello and welcome to the Cooks Pantry. Here we are up above Noosa Heads looking out into that absolutely spectacular view, and looking at that, it gets memories flooding back to me of spending all day out there or all day out on the river, heading back to the camping ground or our mate's place out in Karoiba, and a barbecue was always a go-to. I think we'd go out with the families all day. Mum and Dad were wrecked. Obviously we were absolutely wrecked. We'd be off playing a bit of backyard cricket and the barbecue would be taken care of. And I think a good old fish and salad is a cracking combination with weather like this. I'm just gonna show you how to trick it up a little bit with a cracking sesame and ginger dressing. Now there's two kind of outside of the box things here. I think the first one you'll pick up on is, and I've been seeing it quite a fair bit lately, is barbecuing lettuce. Now I think if you had said that to my mum and dad back in the 90s, they would have thought I'd lost my mind. But it really is beautiful. It is incredibly popular and it gives it so much more characteristic and flavour. It handles the heat really, really well. And I just thought, considering as though we've got the barbecue happening, we've got the barbecue weather, alongside the salmon, I'll cut up a couple of these and get a bit of char happening on them. First thing I'm going to kick off with though is the dressing. Now there's 4 ingredients there. We've got some sesame, some ginger, some mirin and some soy. We're going to kick it off with the sesame seeds, and what these guys do when you throw them in the mortar and pestle, we're going to get a little bit of a paste happening. And if you've ever had tahini, which is a sesame paste, it's got that creaminess to it. So this will help us make a beautiful emulsification. Got it out. And gives us that beautiful mouthfeel, that nice sesame flavour, and just pairing it up with, you know, its classic mate ginger is beautiful with the salmon. So I'll start by grinding this up, and it'll just take a couple of minutes. I might even throw a little pinch of salt in there just to help that start to rough it up and grind it out. So what we're looking for here, it almost starts to look a little bit like almond meal. So you've got the seed ground up, and if you touch it, you can feel the oil. It's got like a buttery feeling in between your fingers, and that's what you want. So that's the fat in the seed is what's going to kick on that emulsification. So I've just got a nice fresh piece of ginger here. So just a nice hit of that straight over the top. Probably going to use a good inch of ginger in this one. Give us that little bit of heat just to balance out the fattiness and that mouthfeel of the sesame. Okay, a little bit of mirin. So we'll just go bit by bit and just start to work that through, and you'll see it immediately grabs onto the sesame seeds, and we just work that bit by bit. No different to making a little mayo, just bit by bit, and let the emulsification happen between the fats and the liquids, all right? So mirin, a little bit more. So that's gonna give us a nice sweetness in the dish. So we added a little bit of salt, got the mirin in there for some sweetness. Now a little bit more of soy sauce. So a couple of tablespoons, just work that through bit by bit. All right, grill is, no doubting, the grill's hot. So we'll just prep these little lettuce, and these are perfect. Like, it's not, you don't have to go and buy a big head of lettuce. These little numbers, ready to go, portioned up, just split them down the middle. Salmon, a little bit of the extra virgin olive oil over the top. Good hit of salt. That is what's gonna give us, obviously, the seasoning, but that's the secret to nailing your crispy skin. A lot of it will come off, it'll cook away, so don't worry, okay? I think a lot of people see chefs cooking and the amount of seasoning that goes into things, and it's so important, and I truly feel like you go to your favorite restaurant and you eat something and it's amazing, and you want to go home and you want to replicate it, but it's just not the same. And I would say 9 times out of 10, it's because you just haven't seasoned it properly. You haven't committed to it. Things need salt, they need acidity, they need sweetness. So in order to replicate those restaurant quality or your cafe, whatever it is, a lot of the time it's in your seasoning. That barbecue sounds like it's at a really nice heat for that salmon. It's perfect. It hasn't gone into shock, it hasn't shriveled up, and that's just gonna tick away beautifully. So on the other side, just mop up your oil. How good does that sound? Right, these two on there, and just let them ride. So we don't want to barbecue the whole thing. We don't want to take all of that beautiful structure out of the lettuce itself. On the cut face, side down, get some nice char on it, get some attitude, bring out that personality of the lettuce. It's not just that thing that gets tucked away and put on a sandwich. I'll get cracking on the bell peppers. We've got some cucumber ribbons, some spring onions. To me, that's like summertime, Christmas time, holiday cooking. Our salmon has been just ticking away on that barbecue. So we've got it on about a medium heat, about 7 or 8 minutes, and you'll see what it's all about when I flip that. So that skin is like an absolute cracker right now. It is so crispy. The salt has absolutely done its job. Let that tick for probably another 2 minutes, and I think we'd have that beautiful medium rare. Everything else is done. We've got the gem lettuce barbecued, got our beautiful Noosa Farmers Market bell peppers, British spring onion, some cucumber ribbons, and of course, that sesame and ginger dressing. This is gonna be good. I love occasions like this where you just put the dressing all on the base of the plate because it complements the salmon too. Salmon and sesame, those Japanese flavors, work so incredibly well together. So don't let the salad hog it all right? We're gonna share it straight in the middle of the plate. Throw that down, spread it. Our barbecued lettuce, just gonna stack them up here. And you can see it's just softened up beautifully. Our bell peppers, just scatter them really nice and fresh. Some spring onions over the top. A couple little of our cucumber ribbons just for that added freshness. Look at that. It does look a little bit different to the fish and salad that I got served up as a kid when we were up here in Noosa on holidays. I would most certainly be proud to serve that up to my family. And like I said, it's communal. So dressing on the base, let the salmon have some, let the salad have some, let everyone have some. Enjoy.